Hello students, in the last lecture you have learnt about thermodynamic equilibrium and PV diagram. Now in this lecture we will discuss thermodynamic process. What is thermodynamic process? A thermodynamic process is a procedure by which the initial state of a system changes to its final state. Now, this change in the state of a system can be brought about two ways, either by transfer of heat or by doing the work. Now, if you consider the mode of transfer of heat, there are two possibilities. The heat can be transferred to the system from its environment, or the heat may be released from the system to the environment. Now, if you consider the first case, that is the heat is transferred to the system, from its environment. In this case, the heat is considered to be positive heat. Now, if heat is released by the system to the environment, then in this case the heat is considered to be negative heat. Now, if the second method is used, that is doing the work, then there are also two possibilities. Some work is done by the system, or some work is done on the system. If the work is done by the system, the work is considered as positive work, and if the work is done on the system, the work is considered as negative work. Now remember, this is exactly opposite notation as that used in chemistry. In chemistry, the work done by the system is taken as negative and the work done on the system is taken as positive. Here the notation is exactly opposite. Remember it, it will be useful for you for solving the problems. Now, this change in the state of the system occurs very slowly, that is infinitesimally slowly. Why it is taking place infinitesimally slowly? If the changes are occurring very slowly, infinitesimally slowly, then only the thermodynamic equilibrium is of the system is maintained. What is thermodynamic equilibrium? Mechanical equilibrium and thermal equilibrium. That is, the pressure of the system and the surrounding remains constant throughout, and thermal equilibrium is the temperature of the system is uniform and it will not change with respect to time. So in short, if the changes are occurring infinitesimally slowly, then only the system will able to maintain its thermodynamic equilibrium. Now when these changes are taking place, the state variables of the system such as pressure, volume, temperature are also changing. So the processes in which the changes in the state variables of the system occur infinitesimally slowly, they are called as quasi-static systems. Now, when the thermodynamic system changes from initial state to its final state, the change is not taking place suddenly. It is taking place slowly. It is taking place through series of intermediate states. Now, when these intermediate states are plotted on PV diagram, it is called as path. Now, this path will tell us how the system has gone through a change. Now, the work done during the thermodynamic process depends upon the path taken to change the state of the system. Now, if you observe this PV diagram, then A is the initial state of the system, B is the final state of the system. The change in the state of a system from A to B can be achieved by many ways, that is by following many paths. Three paths are shown in this diagram. Path number 1, the change in the state from A to B by using path number 1, path number 2 and path number 3. Now here only 3 paths are shown, but other than these 3 paths, there are many other paths following which we can bring about the change in the state of a system from A to B. Now, the system is initially at state A in PV diagram. And when it is at state A, its pressure is Pi and volume is Vi. Pi is the initial pressure, Vi is the initial volume. So, this state is indicated by the coordinates Vi and Pi. The final state is B, is shown by the point B with its coordinates given by Vf final volume and Pf final pressure. Now we will consider the work done during the path 1, 2 and 3 one by one. Let us first discuss the work done during the change in the system by following path 1 in the next slide. Now here, if you consider the change in the state of a system from A to B by following path 1, you can observe that both pressure and volume are changing. The pressure is decreasing from Pi to Pf and the volume increases from Vi to Vf. Since there is an increase in volume, the work is done by the system and therefore such work is considered as positive. Here the temperature is remaining constant. Now the work done during this process is nothing but the area under the curve 1, that is the shaded portion shown in this diagram. Now let us consider the path 2. Now here the change in the state from A to B is taking place through path 2. Okay. Now initially the volume is increasing from A to C. You can observe that the volume is increasing from Vi to Vf from point A to point C. Now during this process the pressure is remaining constant and therefore the change in the volume from A to C is taking place at constant pressure. So it is isobaric. The process from A to C is isobaric. Now here from point C to B the pressure is changing but the volume is remaining constant. Okay, the pressure is changing from Pi to Pf but the volume is remaining constant. So the work is done when there is change in the volume from A to C. Now this work done during this change is given by the area under the curve 2, that is the shaded portion shown in the diagram. Now let us consider the third way to change the state A from B as shown in the diagram. Now here you will observe that initially there is change in the pressure. The pressure decreases from initial value Pi to the final volume final pressure Pf. During this change, during this process, the volume is remaining constant and therefore this process from point A to this point is considered as isochoric, that is volume is remaining constant. Now from this point to point B the pressure is remaining constant equal to Pf, only the volume is increasing from Vi to Vf. and whenever there is change in the volume, the work is done, and that work is done by the system, so it is positive. So the work done in this process is nothing but the area under the curve 3, the shaded portion shown in the diagram. So we can clearly observe that in all the three cases, the initial state and the final states are same, but the area under the curve in each case is different. That is, the work done during the change in the state of a system is different. So we can conclude that the work done by the system depends not only on the initial state and the final state, but it also depends upon the intermediate states, that is the paths along which the changes take place. So in short, we have learned that the work done by the system depends on the path taken by the system to change its state, and not only the final state and initial state.